Well, hello again, everybody. And I hope you've had a lot to think about since our last time together. Because if you're not thinking, you need to check with somebody. And that's what we want to keep you on your toes to do right here on Something to Think About. Yay, all right. And we want to welcome everybody today because we got great news for you as we end the year. Amen. And next year we're going to come back sharper than a sharp knife.
Amen.
Hey. Why did I say that? Anyway.
Sharper than a sharp knife.
Sharp pencil.
Okay, we sharp. We're sharp.
Yes, it's sharp.
Well, this is Janice. And this.
Tammy.
And that.
Brian.
And she.
Layla.
All right. Welcome.
Hey, y'all.
And we're here with our wonderful producers, Raza. Hi, Raza.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going. And we're here with Jason.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo. And a yo-yo to you. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today, yo-yo, because we're going to be going up and down, up and down. We don't know what we're talking about.
We're talking about whatever.
But we're talking about the year in review.
Amen.
Is that all right?
All right.
We're going to talk about the year in review, and if there's some good stuff you want to talk about, we're going to talk about that. If there's some things that really irritated you that we must talk about, we will talk about that. And if it needs to be discussed further, we'll do that in 24.
Amen.
It's the end of the year already.
Yes.
Can you believe
It's
it?
be fine.
Slow down.
It's lovely.
I must be getting old.
Well, you want to get old.
You know it.
The alternative is
I don't even think it's just age. I think, doesn't it feel like it went past for you too?
Oh my God. I needed to slow down.
I know, it's just going fast. I don't even think it has anything to do with us just getting old.
No, it's just
time is just.
time.
And if it's going too fast for you, put the brakes on.
I think it's that setting.
I can't do
back.
that.
That's what it is.
You think it was the hour
Just
going
do it,
back?
yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't go with that one. Because everybody is mentally unstable and having mental problems because the time went back an hour. What is wrong with that picture, huh?
It throws everything off. Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Well, it can't mess with me because you know what? The time goes back at 12:01, and that time I'm asleep anyway. So the time could do whatever it wants.
Pretty much.
When I wake up, it's still 7 o'clock. So I feel no difference, no change. Mm-hmm. But people want to make any excuse today just to be mentally ill.
I guess you don't feel the difference now because, like, all of the devices, they kind of do it on their own. Like, back in the day, you had to do it yourself, so you was more conscious of the time. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to go change the one in the... You had to go upstairs and change that one, go in the kitchen, change that one, change this one. Now everything changes on its own, so
and
when you wake up, it's just like, oh, okay.
It's like it never happened.
Yeah.
But I understand the society's need to change the time anyway. There are some states where the time doesn't change. I know Hawaii is one, where it stays standard time all the time. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why we feel like we have to change the time.
Well, I didn't see the difference.
I never get it anyway, but I'm like, just keep it the same.
That's what I think.
I mean, I noticed it, you know, having kids, I noticed the benefit of changing the time as far as them standing at the bus stop. Mm. It's 6 o'clock in the morning now, it's pitch black. Now, when they move the time, now when they go out, it's light. So they're not standing out there in the dark. So that's one benefit of it. Because you don't want the little kids standing out there and it's pitch black outside.
Oh, but you'll let us stay out there if it's 5 degrees.
Well, hey, we had to stand out there.
Now we're talking temperature, yeah.
We had to walk in the snow.
But that's y'all era. That's y'all era. See, the only good thing about my generation is that it's a bad and good thing, is that we're sensitive, right? Let me be sensitive to this weather, please, and let me stay home. That's the only good thing I could say about this generation and being sensitive. Let me stay home.
Let you stay home.
Let me stay home until it's become like 20, till it's like
get some light in the sky.
Till it's nice and warm.
Well, you gonna be home all winter.
No. I'm saying like warm in the winter. Like when the sun start beaming. Let me just stay home. Maybe 9 o'clock, 12.
Only in the when the sun is out, you want to go to school.
And would you also rather have your first class start at 11:01?
Yes,
I knew you would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you'll be getting home at what, 6?
You get home at 9.
I don't mind that. That's the whole. I don't mind. I'm not a morning person.
Flex schedule. You got flex school.
I don't mind.
But I do know the lack of benefits for waking up when it's dark. I hate that. I really like to wake up when it's just becoming light, right?
Yeah, well, that's why it's a good thing they do change the time.
Well, I guess I'm different because I wake up early in the morning and I start my day early. So it's dark when I wake up and it's dark when I get home.
Gee.
So that's just the normal.
What do you do for getting some sunlight then? You just because during the day you're out doing stuff?
Yeah, sometimes it's that. It's just a lot of times it's just the schedule. When you're busy working and you got things to do,
What time you get up in the morning?
My alarm clock goes off around about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
So you have to be at work at when?
Well, I hit the gym first.
Okay.
So I hit the gym, take a shower, then go to work.
You had to be real motivated to do that, Brian. I'm real proud of you.
So.
I think the better question is, what time do you go to bed?
It doesn't sound like you go.
I get in bed around about 9:30, so.
Well, you be knocked out, huh?
Yeah, once I'm done, I'm done. I can't give the day anymore. So.
Wow.
3 o'clock is the time I go to sleep. Now that I think about it.
Well, you had to be real motivated, I think, and it's good that you are. So I applaud you for that. But
I wish I could be in bed
if I got up at 2:30 in the morning and I'm supposed to be going somewhere to jump around, I better be at a ball or something.
Excuse me?
I'm certainly not going in there with tight pants on and a half a shirt doing any exercises, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, you got to get it in. So.
You got to be motivated for real. Yeah. It's like me when I go to the doctor. They say, well, did you walk? Did you do this? Listen, I said, well, we have to understand. And so you understand clearly. I'm not going to do that.
Can't make it any clearer.
She's the only one that go to the doctor and tell him what to do. Like, what in the world?
Well,
let me just say this.
They're like, she's telling the truth. So
I had my primary doctor crying because I was just giving him the blues. I said, you don't have to live like that. You shouldn't do this. And I don't even know him.
Who goes to the doctor and the doctor
Who goes to the doctor and make them cry? That's my question. Like,
he said, oh, well, thank you so much, Miss Ewell. I said, you're welcome, but you don't need to be coming to work like that. You're the doctor.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so the doctor is going to you for it.
I said, I'm going to have to switch this around.
Okay, what's his insurance? What is his insurance so you can bill his insurance? What in the world?
Actually, where's your therapist license at? Doctor license.
I think they're hanging up in my closet. I tried to put them away for a while.
I think that's kind of the direction you should have went in.
It's okay. She's gonna live it through me. She's gonna live it through me.
Yeah, that's right.
She's gonna
passing it down through the edges.
There you go.
She skipped you and went to me. If you could tell.
And I said, like this.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
I'm a therapist.
No, you're not.
But she's that kind of therapist that is not going to cut you any slack.
Oh yes, I am.
You have zero to no patience.
Let's just play that scenario.
I have no patience.
Little patience.
Very little.
Very little patience.
Let's just play that little scenario.
I think I have a whole lot of patience.
With Tammy being the therapist and you coming in to try to share your secrets with her.
Yeah,
she's short on her face though. She give them looks.
You're judgmental. You're judgmental.
I'm judgmental.
Yes, you might not.
She look it.
You'll look. You might not say like, oh, okay. You like.
Yes, Tammy give them look.
Like no.
Tammy got that thing that's like you know how they tell you about the dog in the fence?
No.
Because it's barking in the fence, and then when you open it, it was just kind of cower and go backwards.
She's calling you.
She gonna keep barking. She gonna keep that same energy.
You know what I'm saying? What the heck? I told you already that one time. I'm not gonna tell you again.
I don't know where they're getting this from.
Go sit down somewhere, dog.
Moving on.
I have a video. I have video.
No, you don't.
I have video.
All right. Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you something now, just as a segue into what we want to do, and that is to get you prepared for 2024. And I want all of you to know that this whole war thing is really bugging me. I'm trying to pretend that it doesn't, but it bothers me because when I'm looking at TV, I see young kids under rock and cement and debris where bombs have set these things off, and they're taking the children. And it's sort of a parallel to what's going here in a way, except that human property is not being is being destroyed that way. They're not blowing down the buildings or anything in some cases, but our children are still being killed the same way. And my plea today is for parents. I know the burden is always on you, but I want to tell you that the world that you're in is going to be much better when you get control over it. Can't have kids telling you what to do and what not to do. You got to have some control. So in 2024, we're going to be changing what we're doing a little bit, and you won't see us probably in this particular scene, but we are still going to be there to help you. And what we're going to zero in on is parenting, and it's going to be called Parenting 411. We're going to still have our website, which is going to be something to think about pod.com. We will have something set up in 24 where you can go to that site and choose the different areas that will help you modify your life with your child. Everybody says, I sent my child over there, he's out of control, but we couldn't get anybody to help us. That should never be the reason why your child is running around at 3 o'clock in the morning shooting people, trying to steal cars. That should never be a reason. So we're going to work on government, businesses, schools, and I don't even want to start on churches, so that everybody gets into the frame of mind that I want to help this child. It doesn't have to be yours, but you need to help these children. I don't know how you as a parent could wake up in the morning, turn on the news, and under that blanket in the street is your 10 or 11-year-old. I don't know how that makes you feel. But for me, it's just damaging. I've always had a very deep passion for children because I know that the life that they're leading is dependent on somebody else taking responsibility.
The parents.
Exactly. So I don't want that to be an excuse for you in 24. We're going to find you the help that you need. We've done it in the past for 50 plus kids, and their lives are better today because of it. So if we have to do it in 24 and repeat everything that we did, we would just do that. All right. So we're going to go and fight for you, whether it's in the politics, businesses, wherever it is, we're going to fight for you. But I do want to say this before I get off of that, because as I think about it, it makes me sad. And today I don't want to be sad. But the thing that I don't understand is all of this attention on everybody else's war and minimal attention about you right here in the United States are having problems trying to raise your children. We shouldn't have to talk about that.
Well, like I said before, I think we went over this the last podcast, but until you get the parents right mentally and on the same accord, we're going to always have this issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do believe that it takes a village, and, not to say it back in the day, but it used to be that if you do something wrong, the parents, down the street, talk to the parents.
Before you get home, they know what you did.
So, you were always being watched.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, oh, yeah, what you said something to my child or something like that. And now it's that.
But I mean, just like even the immediate families aren't close anymore.
Nope.
Now you barely see your aunts, you barely see your cousins, you barely see anybody in your family. You barely see them anymore. So,
and when you do see them, they got an attitude. Do you see that people are different now?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say anything unless you have to be careful not to say this because, her feelings might get hurt. His feelings might get damaged.
I'm telling you, the family...
Who gave everybody that extra dose of emotion?
And the family structure is like tore down, man. People don't get together anymore. People, you don't know, everybody live in different places. And all that contributes to it.
I remember I used to get whippings by my aunts, uncles, but they treated me well though. So it was like say it takes a village.
And they was like, when the last time you saw your uncle? When the last time you saw your aunt? Or your first cousin?
You don't know who they are, and then those people you dating might be relatives you don't know. But we need to get a grip on it. Hey, it happens. It happens.
That's a chick in the sun.
You know it.
Hey, that was your cousin. You know that was your cousin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't care how long I mess with somebody. If I realize that, especially like a first cousin, I'll be like, I don't think this is going to work. If I had to go upstairs and cry or whatever, this is not going to work. Some people stick with it, even though they cousins. Well, we've been talking to each other this long.
And we got kids, so, it's...
I don't know. I think every time I look at them, I'll be like,
I know, because I had some cousins, and I was like, oh, man, who said we were cousins?
Swear. I'd be like...
But I wanted you just for a minute, Layla, to talk about the sensitivities that you have to deal with your age group. When you go into school and things you have to dodge around just to be friends with somebody. I mean, it's hard.
Oh, my God. That's just a headache, just the topic itself. Because,
yes, it is.
Like, now everyone is just overly sensitive. And, like, so let's say in a relationship aspect, if I have a friend, right? If I have a friend and she likes someone that I'm friends with, she might, in her eyes, she might see when I'm playing around with him, oh, I like him and I'm trying to take him from him. And now she got a problem with me. Even though that's just not the case.
Insecurity, huh?
It's that too. We are highly insecure about different stuff.
Yeah.
Not me though. Y'all stay safe, but y'all stay safe. But yeah, it's like, it's just irritating because you can never fully trust anybody no more because you don't know what their true intentions can be for you.
Do you guys ever have conversations about that and why they're feeling these, like even with your son to come in with all these different sensitivities because somebody doesn't like the jacket he had on or don't like the way you wore your hair? And do you think second part of that is that social media things have influenced how we feel like we have to have an opinion about everything?
Social media influenced a big role in half of these children's lives because it's like it's actually the grown-ups who set different standards for themselves. Also, like in our head, we like, oh yeah, I want to be just like her and I want to have her stuff or I want to have his stuff. So if I see someone with that stuff, then I'm gonna be mad because I want that. They don't know how to help each other out to get the same thing. Right. They just know, take. I want that. I'm going to take it. That. I'm going to get it. Oh, I'm mad since you have that. Now I'm about to get you because I want that, Well,
I'm going to tell you about a guy that I heard on one of the stations. And he said, he's like a police officer in the military and all that stuff. So he could afford to buy his children different kinds of shoes that's popular and all that. And so they go to school dressed nice, they have on good shoes, hair, all of that. And he said when he was taking his daughter to school one morning, one of the fathers stopped him and went, man, why are you buying your kids those kind of shoes? You know that those are expensive shoes. And he said some expletives that I won't repeat here, but the point of him saying it was, I can buy my kids whatever I want, whatever I'm able to afford. I'm not supposed to base it on your pocket. And he told him correctly. So the father is buying into the brand names. I got to have this kind of brand and I got to have that kind of brand. If that's his thing and he can afford it, why shouldn't he?
Well, that's a sensitive subject because why are you talking about somebody else's house?
Right.
So that's none of your concern.
Right.
You should be worried about your own house.
Right.
So, like you say, if he can afford whatever case may be for his kids, then who else he's supposed to provide for? He provided for his family.
He's supposed to tell him, little Brian, you can't get that because my neighbor is poor.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. What you sound like, dude.
Yeah. You sound crazy.
Worry about your family.
Right.
And
like,
make
what
sure
made
that your
him
kids...
think that it was okay to even... Like, why do you even want to ask him that?
But people think that they have that much influence on what you do with your life.
But you think you're gonna let another man gonna dictate what another man do in his house?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. I would have be offended by saying that. Like, no, you're not gonna do that. That's my child. I do what I want with my child.
Right. I was about to ask you, what would you have said? But yeah.
I probably would have walked away because it was...
Because you don't feel the need to stay there and listen to that mess.
Well, that's the problem with people right now. People just always want to give their opinion and you didn't even ask. Or they want to make a statement about something. It's like, why are you even talking to me about that?
Well, and then the other part is that where they think they have the control is that, okay, I'm going to tell you that and you're going to go home and change it. From now on, you're not going to buy your kids
some people just
shoes.
like to. Some people just like to do that.
Yeah, some people like to give their 2 cents on how they feel and whatever case may be. But then when you push back,
they can't take it.
Then they get mad at you.
Yeah, I'm like,
why is
that's
that?
the same thing that happens. It's the same thing that happens in school, just like how it happens with adults. It happens in school.
Yeah, why is it like that? The ones that always, what you doing? Why you doing that? I don't see why. Then as soon as you turn around on them, they can't take it
because they think they higher than you. So if you try to push back and show just as much power as that, if you show as much power that they feel like they have, then they will like.
Then they don't know what to say.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
I wonder why.
I'm going to give you an example of somebody calling me, and calling me is bad because my attitude is terrible.
It is.
But they call. I didn't say I need anybody to agree. No.
See, my 2 cents was in it,
But this person is going to call me and say, we have all of these benefits for you, and we want to talk to you about it. Is that okay? I said, no. She said, huh? I said, no, I don't want to talk about that. Well, why not? I said, you don't have the privilege of asking me that question, and nor do you have the privilege of expecting an answer.
She said you don't have the privilege.
Click. And that's how I get rid of them, because if you try to be nice, they're going to try to, oh, yeah, so sure. I don't want to hear that. Just get off.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that when you're talking to people, and it's nothing wrong with having a conversation.
Right.
But it's the entitlement to think that, they say, hey, you know what? If you feeling some type of way, hey, your kids got nice shoes and this and that.
Exactly.
It's okay to say that.
Leave it alone.
And if this man can afford it, great. Hey, what do you do? How can I, possibly, get up my income up to afford for my kids or whatever case may be.
They never take that. They never take that stance. It's always, you need to change for me because I disagree with the way you're doing it. So
basically, I should have done myself down.
Yeah, you should.
To make you feel.
You should have offered him $50 so he could go buy something for his kids, I guess.
That's not gonna get him nowhere.
That's not the world we live in, people. It doesn't work like that.
$50, you can't even get the left shoe. Literally, you can't even get one thing. Like, unless you go to like maybe Burlington.
Then he would just catch you outside the next day and say, "Hey, bro, I really need that at $50."
Exactly.
Inflation is real.
But they're crazy because they think all these things that they have a problem with supposed to bother you. And we went in the store and Tammy had her hair fixed this way. Mm-hmm. And a woman who works in the store comes up to her, "Can I touch your hair?" And Tammy said, "No." "Well, why? All I want to do is just touch your hair." Well, when I heard Tammy's voice come up, I turned around and went back. Because now I'm trying to figure out why is she all in her business.
But see, Tammy said, "Hey, if you touch my hair, I'm going to touch you."
Inappropriately.
That would be a problem.
So why is it that people don't have a sense of space? Like, it seemed like we should all be in the same mindset since COVID, right? COVID, was it 6 feet apart? What is it? What was it?
6 feet apart?
Yeah, 6 feet apart. Why can't we stay in that mindset?
Because they feel like with all this social media giving them power to do these things, that they can influence your behavior so much.
Well,
Social they can say anything they want.
Because like you say, I can say anything and you're supposed to go along with it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I touch your hair?
Sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead, touch it.
Right.
Oh, no, you can't touch it. I don't know you. I don't know where your hands been.
People just stay in their
wash your hands when you use the bathroom.
Stay in your space.
So.
Well, I keep my objection to these things down to a couple of words, or maybe a sentence. Because the more room you give them, the more they want to take. Like somebody come up, and they think that it's not personal for them to come up and say, "Oh, well, what is that scar around your neck?" I said, "I don't feel I need to discuss that with you." And they don't talk to me anymore. They just look at me up and down. I know what they're saying, but they better not let me hear them call me that. Mm-hmm. Why do they need to know what's on my neck?
No, you know what's funny? What happened to me before? So I had this green hair in, right? Mind you, the reason I got my hood on right now is because I'm not trying to be... I'm not trying to be a floating
invisible woman.
But, so I had my green hair, and you remember I had them long twists in my hair, individual twists. Mm-hmm. So I'm at school one day. This is like maybe the second week of school. I'm at lunch, I'm standing up and talking with my friends over there, right? All I feel is my back is turned, and all I feel is someone gradually like this on my hair, and I look back. I'm like, what? I was like, what you doing? She was like, oh, I like your hair. Like, it's so long. I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, thank you. Like,
but see, my thing is she could have got hurt.
Oh, God, she could, you don't, she don't.
Defenses. If you come up from behind me, my thing is,
right,
But she was sitting down and I'm standing up. And I'm like I said, my hair is basically almost all the way to the floor.
So she can touch. Bruce Lee. Yeah.
Sometimes you got control.
Like, she even reached across somebody to touch my hand. I'm like, who the excuse my language, because I was about to curse at that moment, but I'm like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? She was like, oh, I like your hair and stuff. I'm like, thank you. She was like, you did it yourself? I'm like, yeah, I did it myself. She was like, oh, you think you could do my hair? I was like, no. I don't. She was like, why? I'm like, because I don't do other people's hair. Like, I don't do people's hair. I do my hair. I'm not going to do your hair.
See, I learned it and then I forgot it, but that's not how it goes.
And also, this is a girl who don't even like me for real.
She just told her no. That's all you need to tell her.
That's right. You don't need to tell her.
You don't even have to explain yourself.
People don't like the word no.
So is that afraid of rejection?
So you don't like it,
especially in relationships.
Yeah, that's afraid of rejection. And like you say, this world has gotten so sensitive. Yeah, you can't say no.
That's why they can't have good relationships. And speaking of relationships,
I love my relationship.
What?
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. We had a podcast some time ago called Love and Relationships.
Yes.
I love my man.
And Brian gave everybody some really great tips on how they could get along with their significant other or their puppy or a snake in the aquarium, whatever they want to get along with.
I get along with my man.
Same things apply.
Hopefully a human.
Yeah, hopefully humans. Now they got dolls and got AI now.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! AI is.
Did I tell you?
AI.
See, did I tell you though?
AI is taking over.
Dogs have social workers now.
What?
They used to have just a dog whisperer where they could whisper things and it would automatically happen. Now they have social workers. I said, oh, okay.
For dogs?
Yes.
So the dogs unionized now? They got representation?
What?
I'm looking at a woman that's sitting there going, oh, well, I'm sure that what he's feeling is a sense of rejection.
I think we know who even developed something like that.
Somebody getting paid.
You better know it wasn't certain kinds of people.
Somebody getting paid. Okay.
Yes, because see, now they've made up another job. Mm-hmm. And we would have no use for it. No. But when we did that one on love and relationships, I don't know if you can even remember most of what was going on in it, but there were some very salient points in it that I think people need to get right now in order to get along with anybody. And I think we were just talking about it, the different sensitivities that people have. Mm-hmm. Men and women wouldn't argue as much, and neither would any other two groups of people, if they just learn to back off.
Oh yeah, and basically when we was talking about that is pretty much about communication. Correct. And communication is the foundation to all relationships. Mm-hmm. And
I communicate to my man.
Amen.
Well, I was just so proud of her.
Yep.
I think men have a hard time communicating in a relationship.
Yes.
Men tell you that themselves. Hey, women always want to talk about stuff.
Well, sometimes men, when we talk, we say what we got to say, and that's it.
Huh?
Yeah, when women want you to elaborate, and you be like, "Look, I don't want to talk about it no more. I said what I said."
Oh, and you don't want to talk to me? Is that the way it is?
I guess they say little to nothing too. Mm-hmm. They'll try to explain themselves, and it don't make sense. And then when you want to try to understand them, then you it just irritates you because you're like, I want to understand you, but you're not giving me enough detail to why you feel this way.
But a lot of men just kind of shut down on women, don't they? When you're trying to get into why did you do that, they'll just kind of shut down on you.
Well, with that, as far as shutting down and everything, sometimes if we keep saying the same thing, it gets to a point that why are we going to keep talking about this?
This is true.
We talked about this, 2 months ago. Yes, I said I love you. Okay. How many times do you want me to say it?
We need we need to be reassured because nowadays y'all love to just go run around in any and everything. So you just gotta be so reassured. Men, you should know this and everyone else should know this. Men are so quick to change their mind. Mm-hmm. We all know that.
Yes.
Yeah. They are so quick to change their mind.
That's why they get caught cheating so much.
If, let's say I love you to someone in January, I'm going to ask you, do you love me in March? Because at that period of time, you can change your mind.
That's true.
So you got to be reassuring.
Well,
so actions don't mean anything.
If I'm asking you, and you're like, why do you keep asking me that? There's a reason why I'm asking.
Exactly.
You.
I'm not going to
keep asking you, do you love me? Unless I feel like something is happening, a reason to make me think that you don't.
Well, then that's the actions based on what you're asking them. But basically you say, hey, your actions is saying something different.
And men will still lie and be like, I'm not going to do this.
Sometimes, this was one of those things, but as far as the love language, when we talked about it, on how people like to be communicated, then once you have that communication, and if it's not going the way you want it to, or whatever case may be, then you may have to make a decision.
But I think at the same time, we're talking about love languages, that the language that you need to have between you and the person that you're professing love to needs to be very clear about what you mean by love.
Exactly.
Because my version of loving you is going to be different than you might expect.
That's why you got to find somebody that's on the same.
But they have to tell you.
Yeah, because my love language is touch and time. That's what I value. That's what is important to me. Mm-hmm. For another person, it may not be.
That's why you got to find somebody that don't mind it. You can't be that type of person and find somebody. Okay, I like limited touch.
Exactly. So that person wouldn't fit me. So I know, we're not gonna match.
And now we're not gonna do it.
Because some people love to just squeeze and hug, and then some people be like, "Yeah, I could deal with that maybe once a week. I'm good."
Yeah, and see,
and then what you were saying is to be on the same level with that.
Yeah, the same.
Because how you gonna get along with somebody who wants to do all this all the time and you hate it?
Exactly, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Because somebody going to be feeling lacking or like, okay, there you go again, want to be up there, near me and stuff like that. Which, you need your space. So it's basically being on that same page.
Does the level that you're on in terms of you loving yourself have something to do with that language that you need to have between you? How much you actually love yourself?
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you love yourself, you have to know thyself. And when you know thyself, then you know what's important to you and what's not important to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Shakespeare.
So, thank you. I like that.
Shakespeare.
Yeah. That was dropping bars right there. But yeah, so when you know yourself and comfortable in your own skin, then you could communicate to that person, hey, this is who I am.
Yeah, but we all know that it ain't like that in the real world.
Well,
everybody is doing their own thing. It's like, hey, you like it or you don't.
Now.
Yes.
Now, see, you can speak for your generation. But my generation, we don't do communication. We don't do commitment.
Oh, you do social media.
Down, because
text messages.
Because when you get face to face,
so let me ask
what we
you
gonna
this.
talk about?
Let me ask you this: if you change your social media setting, is that like a siren or something? You know, because like, oh yeah,
because everyone they're so used to something.
Y'all don't even give your number out. You be like, check out my Instagram page.
Oh my
like,
goodness!
You don't even give your number out no more.
Because giving your number out is very dangerous. Just like on social media.
Yeah.
Giving your number out is dangerous.
Yes,
that's too much.
Listen, listen, right?
Social media is like your phone now.
Listen, Linda. Hold on. Okay? What I'm trying to say is if I give my number out to a dude, right? He said, oh yeah, I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to talk to you. Right? Get my number out to him. He texts me. He wants some weird stuff, right? Then I get another call from somebody else that I don't know. Talking about, oh yeah, this dude gave me your number, this, that, and the third.
Oh my
You
goodness.
can't trust people now. This is what I mean. You cannot trust
So
people.
they hit you on Instagram.
So I couldn't give your Instagram out to my homeboy?
No.
You lying. What are you talking
Because
about?
look, because no.
Little Mermaid 22. Hey, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh God, you on my list. Hey, big man, you on my list. You're on my list. You're on my list. You're on my list.
Phone number. I can block
18-year-old. When I turn 18, put your hands up. 18.
What does that mean?
You gonna know when I turn 18. I'm gonna know. I'm like, put your hands up.
Oh, you gonna swing on me?
It is what it is. It is what it
I'm gonna
is.
send you and the non-communication generation to jail. I'm not fighting no little girl.
It don't matter.
You still ain't told me what the difference is in the risk between an Instagram and a phone number.
I just said they both have the same risk. Did you not hear me say they both have the same
But
risk?
you started with they didn't.
I think it's more of a risk looking at my Instagram.
You started at the phone number was too risky and we gotta give them the Instagram. It's the same level of access.
I think it's more risky
because it's like
in Instagram more risky.
Instagram from a desktop computer.
People do though.
Do you?
People do. No, I don't have a desktop. I'm gonna get one though.
But isn't Instagram more risky though? Because on Instagram you got more of your personal life and things that you're doing
tagged, all that.
everything versus my phone number. You can,
if you're posting that, you shouldn't be posting all that information anyway.
but I'm saying they post all that. They post everything.
Okay, that's them.
I'm Facebook, so I'm.
Yeah, you old. Bro.
So are they putting these explicit photos on Instagram and Facebook and all that?
Who's what?
Are they doing that?
Who's? Someone
I mean,
said
people
anything
are putting
about it?
everything
Nobody's on
on it.
Facebook.
No, that's a lie. The three
You
right
said
here.
nobody's on Facebook.
No, the
What
three.
she
No,
talking about?
no. Oh yeah, for me.
I don't even be on Facebook.
No,
I
the
don't
three right
either, but I
here.
do have a Facebook
I don't have a
page.
Facebook profile. It's that Facebook is a depressing
Somebody
little
made
app.
me one. I didn't ask them.
Personally, I'm trying to stay off of most of them. It just when I get on there, it's
Them
just
little
so
reels I be
irritating.
hearing you play in your room. Them little Instagram reels I be playing in your room. Come on now. We're talking about. Oh, I try to stay.
I try to stay off of them.
Tried.
I didn't say I didn't look at it at all.
I be hearing them little reels you be playing. Don't let me just start on Facebook too. I be hearing them Facebook
Well,
things
I
too.
know that they do all those things.
But
on
that is what
different social-
TikToking or what?
She don't got TikTok.
Talking is crazy.
TikTok.
Said it as a verb. Kids out here TikToking.
I don't even have it.
whatever that is,
That dance.
Yeah, it goes like that.
Yeah, the TikTok.
Oh Lord.
Well, I know one thing on TikTok, I can at least go on there and choose the level of interest that I want to see.
See, how is she up to date and she's older than y'all two?
I don't even have a TikTok, so
Exactly.
Well, on TikTok, at least you can go on and say that you want to see art. You want to see modern dancing, creative dancing, whatever. And you get to see those things.
okay.
All right. So you don't always have to listen to the women who are saying, oh, well, this is how my makeup goes. This is what I do for 24 hours.
I skip
Yeah, I'm pretty
those.
happy that my TikTok algorithm does not include half naked women.
I know.
Like, I'm so appreciative of that because I don't be asking for it, but when they pop up, I'm gonna look because it's
Well, yeah.
It's-
You're going to look because that's just natural human nature to do.
right. And then Instagram, that's all they give you, and then you're like, well, y'all make me like.
As soon as you look at one, then next thing you know, you're gonna
It's the
have
whole
the whole
bunch.
Explore page.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you got the
TikTok don't
algorithm.
even present that. Like, I have
Oh,
to
so
go find
that's
it.
one of the
I don't know.
differences.
Yeah, that's not in my feed.
Yeah, because I don't want to. Every time I go on Instagram or whatever, I don't want to see some girl shaking her butt all in the picture. I'm tired of
I'm
that.
so over twerking.
I'm over it.
There is not a way a booty can bounce that I haven't seen at this point. I don't care.
I'm
mean-
sure that's true, Jason.
They've been twerking on the internet for 15
much,
years.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm over it.
I don't even like it no more. I just keep it on trail like that.
I'm over it.
I know what's about to happen here. She's about to jump and turn around.
Is she gonna float? Is it gonna float up in the air? You
I
know?
mean, I'm over it. I'm like, okay, enough is enough.
Well, another thing went on this year that was really popular with women, and they say they do it because they like it, but we really know why they're doing it, which is the BBL.
Dr. Miami. I'm sorry. Hit me up.
BBL.
I'm playing.
And I
I
heard
don't know. I feel like if you're gonna do it for yourself. Don't. But most of the time you're doing it for. And really, to be honest, women who get the surgery done and they get that look that all of the women are getting now, like that look.
yeah, where they look like ants.
I think they're doing it for other women. Attention.
I mean, everybody has the same look. Everybody shaped the same. I'm like, is it the same stencil? Like, is it any way that? Yeah, like
You know how when you used to take boys to the barber shop, you could point at them and let me get a number 3?
yeah. That's what it is. And
They all want a number 3.
it's all a number 3. You're right.
Yeah, that one right there.
I'm like, is this the only way you can look?
They look weird, if you ask me, and don't say because I said that, and don't have that kind of figure that I'm envious. No, this is actually hatred and dislike.
Yeah, no, some
I don't
people
think
just
you
look weird.
good. I mean, that's just a weird proportion.
I mean, if I can get a little financing, I might get a little something done. But I'm not
taking care of you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Regular women.
I'm not taking care of
And
you.
most dudes I know like regular women, and the women that tell me that they're like, oh, well now we got to get that shape because that's what y'all want, and I'm like, no, you want a celebrity man,
Yes,
and
yes.
that's what they.
Exactly.
And because you're aspiring to that,
Yes.
you want that body type. But once
Thank
you
you.
participate in that game, there are 800,000 of you because they're all going to get a number 3.
They all
So now
look
you're
the
competing
same.
with a bunch of women that you can't differentiate yourself from because y'all all are shaped the same,
All
wearing the
look
same
the
weave,
same.
the same lashes, the same Botox, the
same
So
everything.
now, of course he's attracted to all of y'all.
That's all he sees.
You're all the same person. It's just
Well,
a
I
little,
think Kevin
maybe
Hart-
a skin tone difference. That's
I
it.
think Kevin Hart said it best. He said, well, all of you together look like a bunch of ants. Small head and a great big...
A bug's life.
I said, well, and originally I said they look like kangaroos. The small head and the great big bottom.
Well, like he said, I mean, depending on what type of man you trying to go after, I mean, that's what they like.
Well, he'll be aspiring after a
men
dude that's
don't want
cheating
it.
on the girl that's shaped like they're gonna go get shaped like. I really want him. He's a good. No, he just has money. He's cheating on her, and you know it.
Yes.
That's why I don't care about people with
But-
if they have a lot of money. If I want to date them, I'm not looking for the money, especially at this age. I'm
There's
just
no
looking for
combination
fun.
to making people not cheat, and it definitely ain't.
Yeah, cheating.
Yeah,
you could be
one thing,
anything.
you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat.
They're gonna do it
If somebody
anyway.
catch your eyes and somebody catch your attention, it's just if you want it to happen, it's gonna happen.
Well, sometimes you just got to be real. Some people just got to be saying, hey, I'm not a monogamous person. Either you accept it or you don't.
Well, I'll tell you what my nephew said, and he thought that would be a deterrent. He said the woman kept saying, well, you know, I wanted to get married and wanted to be married by so-and-so time. And he was like, look, don't waste your time on me because I'm basically not shit.
Dang. Okay.
Who said
He
that?
didn't try to dress up the words at all. He said, I'm not shit. So don't come after me on that level. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
But
because
she still was like this.
because you can be honest, and I've heard some
can't
men
be
say,
honest with
"Hey,
someone.
I'm
No,
not
Some people are
monogamous."
attracted to a project. They think they can fix it.
Yeah. Some
But
people
then when
are.
they say go back to, "Hey, I told you this is who I am,"
Exactly.
Sound like my brother.
so I didn't lie to you,
Right.
but yeah, you chose.
But you know,
not
I
to.
prefer that though. Like if this is what I say I want and you're not into that, I'd rather for you to tell me, look, I'm not. But if you
Right.
still want to mess with me, I mean, hey, that's fine. But just know that these are the things I'm just not going to do.
No, I'm
And I
That's
take it.
concerning right there. You come in telling me you want X, Y, Z. I tell you, hey, look, I'm not a provider of X, Y, Z. I do A, B, C.
So,
and you like, well, I'm just going to subject myself to this anyway. No, you scary. Get away from me.
Yeah.
Scary Mary.
Not from women.
That's-
oh yeah,
that's
let me.
frightening.
That's more
like that
attractive.
gravitational
I'm so
pull.
infatuated with you. I'm willing to demean myself to what?
Yes.
It's that gravitational
Yes.
pull. Like, oh yeah, we should be together.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, though, women just want somebody in the room with them. And I always tell them, get you a pet. But they want a man. Now, I got a man.
I got a man.
You've heard that before.
My man.
Women do weird things just to have a guy in the room. You know that.
Men do it too. Men do very weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very weird. All the things that we qualify as dirty macking. That's weird activity.
Dirty Mac.
Or simp behavior.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got a story to tell y'all. So get y'all popcorn and all that.
We don't have that much time. Come on. Do the beginning and skip to the end.
We need the cliff notes.
Okay. Basically, me and my friend, we was at my mother's shop, right? We ordered DoorDash to get some food, right? First of all, red flag number one, this dude come knocking at the door. He looking all in the door, right? And my friend, she will open the door to get our food. And he basically trying to push himself in the area so he can see what's going on. He talking about, oh, what y'all got going in here? What type of services y'all got going in here? And I'm like,
Yeah, he's like, I want my hair done.
yeah.
Trying to flirt with the girl.
Mind you, the
Yeah,
girl's
open the door.
16.
Do she look 16?
Basically in the face. Oh, you got a little cleavage out because she got a little big bonkers. You get me? But
That's what he saw.
Big
That-
bonkers. Got
big,
it.
yeah, big
So
bonkers.
she has adult breast. But a child's
Basically.
face. Okay.
Basically.
That's what he saw
But I
when he
mean-
opened the door.
And how old was this gentleman, you think?
He looked like,
20s.
no, he's old. He looked like,
mid-20s.
no, 30s. 30s,
Even if
almost
it's
40s.
mid-20s. I mean, the girl's what, 17, 16?
She's 16. She just
16.
literally just turned 16 in August. That's how young she is, right?
But it doesn't seem to matter to
It doesn't
them.
matter. But hold on, I'm not done yet. Hold on. Let me finish and then we can talk about it.
All right.
Because we tend to go, you see, just want it. Okay, anyway.
Well, that's okay.
Anyway, so what's it called? So like I'm looking, right? And she pulling the door, like, yo, back off. And when he seen mom come, he was like, oh, okay. And then he backed off. And then he talking about, well, have a good day, beautifuls. Cause he was looking at me. I'm on the couch too. So he was looking at me and he was looking at her. So he walked off. We locked the door. We go eat. 30 minutes has passed, right? 30, 35. We walk out. I'm in front and I see him at the door with the camera like this. And me and her, we run back to the back because we like, hold on, it's been like 30, 35 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
What
He
you
was
still
waiting
doing?
for you.
Call the police
Cute.
and-
So we went back out there. Mind you, mom and two other people three other people was in there. They was like, what's going on, right? We like, young, I think, he's still at the door because when we went right back out there after we ran from the back, we went right back and he's gone.
Yeah, he was pulling creep moves.
Yeah, that was real creepy.
Yeah.
So
Did you file a complaint with DoorDash?
So wait, y'all
Call
ordered the
police?
DoorDash. Did y'all report him?
no. Honestly, we was just
So you a part of the problem?
who was a part of the problem?
You.
Well,
How am I part of the
you gotta file a
problem?
complaint with DoorDash.
What did he do?
I didn't. Okay, I did not order DoorDash off my phone. I told her do the complaint. I don't know if she complained or not, but I
sure they
told
got
her
a
do the
website.
complaint. I don't know. What I'm telling y'all,
put into telling the story should have been put into reporting him.
I think that he should have been a creep and he should have been
understand it's your homegirl phone that you probably don't have a phone number to because you'd be creepy.
I told her to report him. I don't know if she actually reported him or not. I don't know the information.
I'm following up, shorty. We need.
But see, you had the address though, so you can just get on DoorDash.
But why are guys creepy?
Well,
why do guys do stuff like that?
Reporting this man. Reporting this because this man could be crazy. That's creepy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to qualify him. That sounds like a chemical imbalance. I don't want to put him in the class.
Yeah,
with
it was just weird.
Regular functioning men.
And then he texted her again, talking about, "Oh, I thought I, took a picture and all that. Have a good night."
But also, I think men are creepy.
30 minutes later,
men on average right now these days are creepy because. Unfortunately, any action to show a woman you're intrigued is thirsty.
Very.
So there's been a disconnect in interaction with women in general.
Yes.
Because everything we do, y'all like, it's creepy. But it's only if you don't find the guy attractive. So then what happens? Because the same thing is
he's attractive and weird. Nobody want to be bothered with him either.
That's the main crux of it is the lack of communication between the two sexes. And so men just don't know what to do with themselves. I watch it happen at work at Howard. Men just don't know what to do when some attractive women get around. They get to stuttering and stumbling,
acting weird,
and posturing, and all of that.
Yeah.
And I really think it comes from a lack of not knowing how to present that I'm interested.
Think you want to reject them?
The list of things that we used to could do has been dwindled down to like 5 things. And if you're not good at those 5 things, you just get awkward. Not giving DoorDash a pass, but
still,
he's younger. He grew up where everything you do to show a girl you like them is considered thirsty.
Right.
But still, she's 16. She looks 16 in the face. Mm-hmm. You have to look at her face at some point.
You also thinking that he's had enough interaction with women to determine that 2-year difference.
True.
But what about that guy that was up there saying
she's legal in 2 years?
Right. Okay. But this man is like almost 40.
No, what I'm saying is that 2-year gap might not have been visible to him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was visible when I took my butt up there to the door.
I can tell you a little girl. I don't know that the next man can. You get what I'm saying? So the next man might see you and be like, she might be in college. I'm going to shoot my shot.
No, that was you. Do she even maybe look creepy. Like she?
There are creepy men and there are some that are not.
Well, my thing is, he was 30 minutes outside.
Right, that's wild to me.
I get it. He tried to shoot a shot
out of pocket.
Right. Yeah, because
I understand.
30 minutes out and you still out there with your phone.
Right.
That's a problem for me.
Yeah, because if you thought that you forgot to take a picture,
y'all walk around with hair down, lashes on. Like there are some things that younger girls are doing that blurs the line. I'm not giving him a pass, but I'm saying if I ain't never had the best luck with women anyway, right? And I walk in here and see you, I don't know that you're a minor.
When you first see me, did you think I was a minor?
I have a 15-year-old daughter. I'm not talking about
personally.
I know, but I'm just asking.
I went to the middle school and they had
you have
I felt uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable being a grown man up in there watching them little girls in heels and tight stuff walking down up back and forth. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't know
well, some guys are just born without any kind of sensitivity at all. They don't know what it is. Because then the guy did
I was just about to say that. This another incident with DoorDash happened, and this guy was basically trying to
order from Uber Eats.
At this point, because it was like, and I can actually say this man looked 40 and up, literally real old. Well, not real, sorry, but not real old. I'm sorry. But
to you, that is old.
Yeah. So basically, what's it called? Crap, what was I going to say? Yeah. I go get my food. Basically, he was trying to get my number. Right? He was trying to get my number, and he was basically stuttering. He was like, excuse me for my language. He was like, oh, you beautiful as hell. And this, and he was like, what's your name? And I was like, and then he was like, oh, I could see it on the phone. And then he was just like, so what's your number? I was like,
oh goodness.
I was like, I'm a minor. He was like, oh,
you know what?
Okay.
People are thirsty either way. Women and men.
I mean, let's be real. It's been a lot of older men be going after these young girls or young girls.
No, that's been an issue for years.
Men only run plays that have worked before.
Yeah, and just so you know that
so like
it's
if
not
you
a
report
home.
him, one, you shouldn't be doing that while you at work.
No.
Wherever you work.
No.
So the reporting piece is important to accountability to change behavior.
Well, he better be
right
good.
now, I was not, both those situations, I was not thinking because it just took me for surprise.
I know, and now we got actions. So that Chipotle order, let's go back and make sure that we
Let's
report it.
change to Uber Eats, he said.
But you know what? The women are more aggressive these days too, man.
Hey, little man, let me get your number. You looking real sweet.
The women are like way aggressive. I mean, women are off the hook now.
But then the young guys, just to show you that creepy is creepy no matter what age, they come up to me like that.
Hey,
They think they sugar mommy.
Yeah, they don't want the kind of sugar they're going to get from coming over here fooling with me. Anyway, I've had a maintenance call in where I live. And so they sent me a young guy over there. He was supposed to be coming in, mind you, to look at my microwave.
Oof.
So when he was at the door, I said, "Who is it?" So he told me and all that. I saw his uniform. He looked legitimate. I couldn't say. But he came in and I said, well, before I opened the door, I said, "What did you come here to do?" He said, "Well, I'm coming in to check whatever you called in about." I said, "What was that?" And he said, then they told me it was a microwave. I said, well, because this is a longer story than I'm going to tell this time. But anyway, I let him in. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, they told me to look at the microwave. I said, I called them because of the light. That's why you were here. So he was like, oh, well, okay, I guess I had to deal with it. I said, no. I said, what you have to do at this moment is leave. So I just got his shoulder like this and guided him right back to the front door. I said, because you don't know what you're here for, so I don't know what you're here for. So you have to leave.
Did you have your red lipstick on?
Open that door, say,
I know I'm here for something, but
well, I had a young guy in there who was in there to do the floors and stuff. He got ready to leave, and I think he left his phone on purpose. So he and a woman were together. They left out. He came back. I left my phone. I said, oh, where'd you leave it? So I was going to go get it. But he said, oh, I just left it right over there. So I said, oh, okay, well, great, thanks. I said, I know you didn't want to leave it so other people could see what kind of stuff you got on your phone. He said, well, I have some stuff on my phone, but if you want to see it, I'll show it to you. I said, no. And then he said, and if it's anything else that you need, I'll do it for you.
My goodness.
Because I used to be a dancer. I said, well, that's good. I don't like
Marcus. I don't know why I decided it was his name.
But in both instances,
Magic Mike.
I called called a rental office and I said, whoever you sent over here, I don't know who it was or why, but you need to find out why he was in my house.
So you
He
need
was
to
trying
check
to give
on
you
your
a free lap
reported
dance.
gene.
Yeah.
That's how you do it right there. You report it.
He was trying to get, wow. You trying to
And
throw
then
shots?
I stopped using the
No, I'm
cleaning
trying to
service
encourage you to report these creepy men.
because he wanted to come up to my
Get them out
job
of
and
here.
everything. I was like, oh, well, something
I don't
wrong
know.
with you.
Everything is different now, though. I mean, damn,
It
people
is,
just
you
don't
can't take
you can't
anything
just-
for granted.
Yeah,
you
you
see
can't
somebody.
say hi, you look nice, you look
No.
pretty, you know, all
No.
you
No,
just-
you know why? Hold on. You know why you can't? You know why you can't just say that? Because, okay, you might say, oh, hey, you know, you look beautiful today. And as soon as a woman responds and say, oh, okay, thank you, that doesn't mean that I really want to continue this
Okay, thank
conversation.
you means I want to go
Thank
jump
you.
in bed with you.
Now it's, okay, well, so what's your name and all that? Sometimes you don't want to be bothered with that. I just want the compliment, thank you.
But see,
And
the thing
can I go
is
by my
that
way?
It gotten so that men just stop doing it.
It's weird that they
stopped
just
doing
continue to
I only
stare.
compliment and leave. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, because
That's the
Gotta get out of
simplest
it's a
thing to do.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies,
So
welcome
why?
today.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, I mean, I see a fine woman, you know what? Just keep it moving.
But it's weird if they just stare and continue to stare. And
say
that's when it
things-
gets weird.
Say weird things. Like the guy I work with, one of the guys I work with. And I'm the HR representative, so I can't have any of that stuff going on around me, right? So he's sitting in there, like he's sitting there, and she was over there dancing. And he was like, all right, go ahead, baby, go ahead, kick that leg up. I said,
Oh my God. Oh my
I
God.
didn't do nothing.
You did?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear how tight her jeans are and how good she looks in them.
Apple bottom jeans, boots
Well,
with
Miss
the
Janice,
fur.
I think you take things the wrong way. I said, no, you are.
How do you take that the wrong way? Like,
You just told her to kick her
Next
leg
thing,
I know.
in her cubicle.
But just tell me, you can't do that. It's just.
Well, look at how much money the woman got paid because she volunteered to go up there and do something with Bill Cosby. Look how much money the woman got from Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. They do that stuff. They set you up, and every men are just too stupid to realize that you can't trust women. Mm-hmm. I'm a woman myself. I know you can't trust them because
I learned that last
I'm
night.
around them and I don't want to be around them.
you said like,
I've been learning
I
that.
seen somebody I know, and I never met their wife, and their wife looked like she wanted to meet separately.
Mm.
ugh.
And I was like, y'all are married.
Oh yeah, I had that happen.
It doesn't matter to her though.
She was just on Facebook talking about, oh yeah, I love him. He's 15 years together, such and such, and you was in my inbox.
Oh yeah, man.
And so I'm looking at her like, and she all smiling and like, my husband is the greatest thing in the world, my king. I'm like,
Really?
Shorty ushered that man to his seat last night and came right back out front. I said, all right, y'all, I'm gonna run next
Yeah,
to
like
you.
being
Get you
married
off
is
of that while
not.
you're there.
I slid right off. I'm gone.
People don't care nothing about being married. They like you married, okay, but still.
But do you cheat on your husband or wife?
I definitely not ask that at work.
I don't care about getting married.
Get away from
if
me.
you married, why?
Marriage means
You
nothing
know.
the same way it used to. Well, I can't say where it used to because when it first started out with the first marriages, the men didn't care about those women. They just used them for whatever. And they use them for centuries like that. And it's going back to that. When they don't respect them, they didn't think they deserved any power. They couldn't think for themselves. They couldn't do anything. And then women decided, well, hey, since we can't get a job, we'll start selling our bodies. So they did, and the men heard that they were making all this money, so they came and took over the prostitute business.
Pimping.
So it's not something, it's not anything new is what I'm trying to get across.
OnlyFans the biggest pimp in the world.
We're just going around in circles with the same old soup just warmed over.
Yeah,
White man
basically.
made OnlyFans.
And speaking of soup, Tammy made some great soup last night. I loved it.
Okay.
Oh, good job, Taylor.
If you want to order something, well, I know one thing that this is time that we've had together has gone so quickly because I've enjoyed this so much. But I tell you, I want to say before I get off the air this time, not like I'm not coming back, that I really, really appreciate all of you for the time that you've spent because it doesn't seem like it to me, but we have done 39 episodes of something to think about.
Yeah.
And we have a good following of people. I mean, we don't have zillions, but I never got in it for that reason. So we've accomplished everything we set out to do. And every one of you, Raza, Jason, you have been the best possible contacts we could have made for this. I really
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. We're going to keep it going.
But we're going to keep it going because I got another project that we're going to be working on. And as soon as we figure out how to do stuff, and Raza, I want to say this to you in particular, that I know that the services that you normally provide are worth every dime you ask. Because we have not had any problem with any of you being rude and unruly and so sure of yourselves, narcissistic and all of that jazz, that you weren't able to listen.
No, I get bullied.
Tammy has a problem with one of you, and I don't know which one it is.
Tammy.
Layla.
Layla has a problem with one of you. But it seems like such just an extended family when we're together, and I appreciate that more than anything else because I can come here and I don't have to worry that I'm going to be stressed out arguing with somebody.
Well, I appreciate you allowing me to come on this platform and be able to speak my mind and talk about issues, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, good. Thank you.
I'm literally here every day, just not on here.
And my granddaughter is to be congratulated on a lot of levels, too, because even if she's not on the podcast that day, she shows up.
Amen.
She shows up and she makes sure that I'm taken care of, even when her mom is not around.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Miss Janice, because you helped me grow in so many ways.
Good.
I remember, just when we was talking at State Farm and going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, this lady, she want me to be on the podcast.
You're like, no, I don't do that.
Yeah. Then a year later, we was talking, and I was like, okay.
And now we've been doing it for this many years.
Yeah, and I tried it, and I was so nervous.
We met on the telephone, though.
Yeah, we met on the telephone, and I was like, "Oh, what?"
I told him, if you need to talk, just call me back, because we were both at work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we was talking for a good minute.
Yeah.
Then it was like, "Oh yeah, who you talking to?"
Talking to Brian at State Farm.
Yeah, it's Brian at State Farm.
Brian from State Farm.
Which fit it right in, because we work with insurance companies. So they were like, oh, you got a new contact.
Yeah, cool. So I just really wanted to thank you, for allowing me to be here and just to participate and just to grow, because who'd have known to me, just doing the research and talking. And
everything has been great.
So.
And Jason, I absolutely want to appreciate you for your great sense of humor, keeping us laughing all the time. And I think you really ought to take it on the road.
I got to work on my set a little bit.
We haven't paid you a dime, and you've been doing excellent work. So I thank you so much for everything you've done. And my granddaughter thinks that she can just say anything to you that she wants, but she doesn't say it. So I respect her for that.
I be trying,
And thank your wonderful, beautiful daughter for coming in on our thing. And we're going to get some more stuff going. And I'm just I like to just wrap things up in a neat package. And that's what I'm doing now. It's not to say I'm quitting. It's to say that we're revamping and we're going to do something different.
Amen.
Because Raza has already moved way beyond the stuff I was doing 3 years ago. And I'm like, dang, how do I do that, Raza? He said, well, you can do this and you can do that. I'm like, me? I can't do any of that. But we've gotten compliments from other people who've been on the show and how well it's done. So that's to your credit. So we'll be back in touch. And before we leave, though, I think we all just need to say a happy thing to Tony, who's usually here with us. And she has just been at every one, one or two she's missed in the 3
Tony.
years. So hi, Tony. We appreciate anybody's level of dedication to that point. And getting her on here was just a miracle. But
had to drag her.
I don't want to do that kind of stuff. And neither did Brian, but we all came here. We all did it. It went very well. We're gonna make it look better.
A
in
good
24.
ride, right?
Yes.
Happy New Year's, because that's what
Happy
we're
New
gonna
Year,
see.
Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving.
And we're gonna do something together before the year ends. So we wait for my text, call, scream, whatever it is I'm gonna do. Send my carrier pigeon. Thank you all for making me feel good, because that's how this is energy for me that I would have been burning up home cussing somebody out.
Oh, Lord.
And I would have been cussing at home.
The proper cuss, by the way. Real sophisticated.
They told me I have proper cussing. What is that?
Enunciate all the letters.
Yes, that's it.
Well, during this time, if anybody's listening, and that includes anybody in here, I'm going to put a reward on TikTok to say anybody who could get me an appointment with Trevor Noah.
I just read his book, too. I just read his book.
I think his humor is wonderful. That's what I'm telling Jason. You ought to just go ahead and get on TV. Really, I mean, because this guy talks about things. He's an international comedian. Mm-hmm. Not all, well, black people do this and white people do that.
Yeah, I'm over that.
Anyway, if anybody's listening, if we're still rolling, get me an appointment with him.
All right.
I got you.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, and all of you have a great day, great life. I know you're going to have one. You're all great people.
Peace out.